What's going on YouTube? It's the company, man, coming to y'all out here in Tennessee. I'm out here, there used to be a Pilot Flying J combination, but then they tore down the parking lot, tore down the Pilot and rebuilt the Pilot across the street. And now this space ain't here, but nothing but parking space. You know, I've been away from the channel, so I'm just out here on these streets, you know, rolling and back at OTR. So just got back from the house, you know, enjoying Christmas with the family, and man, I'm telling you, there's so much stuff I want to talk about. You know, what's going out here, and you know, out here on this blacktop, what's going out here, you know, in this trucking industry, what's going out here, and you know, what's going on personally with my, you know, my life, and you know, my health and everything like that. Cause I don't know if y'all ever, you know that, and I be in and out of gym. You know, I used to be in and out of gym a lot, and my DOT certification coming up soon in June, so I'm gonna have to kind of reevaluate what I'm doing out here, because I tell you the truth, I've been slacking on my pimping. You know, I just been, you know, being real lazy with it, and you know, eating everything, the buff out, you know, all this trucker lifestyle, this OTR lifestyle getting to me, you know. And I gotta make a whole nother video on that, cause right now I'm in a semi truck, you know, sleeper, and I had before I got with this company, I was with the temp agency, and they placed my main hub. My main hub is Detroit, so like Detroit regional is what you're gonna get, the Great Lakes regional. I don't know if y'all familiar with that word, Great Lakes regional. You got Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. It taps into a little bit of Kentucky, taps into a little bit of Pennsylvania, taps into a little bit of Iowa, taps into a little bit of Missouri. You guys catch my drift, but not too much, but mainly those: Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. I was running that for a while, and I was doing a lot of local stuff too for a while. You know, even had my hand, I did a little yard work and stuff for GM. GM just came off the strike. I mean, they was doing, you know, in Michigan, GM was on a big strike this year. I mean, guys sitting out there in front didn't want to move this stuff around, didn't want to. I'm like, okay, well, a lot of businesses took a hit. You know, we had a big hit with Falcon. I went to orientation. Falcon took a hit. Celadon just took a hit. You know, if you familiar with Michigan, they got a TA truck stop in Dexter. There's a long semi there. I don't know if somebody might hear this or where it might go along, but there's a Celadon truck, an International, sitting out there. Looked like a ProStar. I didn't see if it had a Cummins or Max Force, and I'm not sure which one it was, but I tell you for sure that mug was sitting there stranded. I don't know if anybody was in the truck. I've been going back for the last week, and truck's just still sitting there. You can only imagine. But I'm, you know, I'm out here I'm all over the place. Oh, the story is I got off onto a tangent and just started rambling. I was with the temp agency, and they had placed me in Council Bluff, Iowa. that's where the hotel was. So I was basically doing Omaha, Nebraska is right next there. They got a couple casinos and stuff over there. And I was running his Walgreens account. To Missouri, not Missouri, but to Missouri. See, they got a nice little run. That's a relay that these guys had this line haul that goes back from Missouri, Boonsville, Missouri to Council Bluff, Iowa. It's about an 8-9 hour run, like a 4.5 turn, 4.5 back. You can milk the clock if you want to. But a lot of they guys, they be waiting on you to turn that trailer around before they can go deliver the freight. Man, I did this shit for about 5, 6, 7 weeks. I did that for 5, 6, 7 weeks. And my family was going to be going to Chicago for some type of family get together. Something was going on. The family was going to be going to Chicago. So from Iowa, Omaha, Nebraska is about 7.5 hours. And I had, mind you, I haven't seen them in a grip. I was out there. I got a 1976 Winnebago. It's called a Georgie Boy. So I had drove my Winnebago out to Iowa. I think the city they sent me to was like Cornville or Cornfield, Iowa, some place, whatever the heck, Midwest. But make a long story short, man, I asked for one weekend. Like, I told him, hey, I'm about to go to Chicago to check out my family. I want to take Monday off. And that's only a maybe. And then they threw me off the account when I drove back. Sent me home. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? I went home for like a month or two. And they called me back for another run because this was around Halloween time. It's called a Candy Rush. And then I was going to come back for the Christmas rush. And I got tired of my temp agency, man. I got tired of fucking jumping jobs or calling, just always being on call and shit like that. And, it's good for a time or two. But when temp agencies, when you wear yourself out on a temp agency, that's it. So, hey, guys, if you ever think about going with a temp agency, have a plan. Make sure you have a clear-cut exit strategy because they will string you along for the whole thing. I met some good dudes at that company, man, and I'm not even going to, I was a very strong advocate for the company. I used to even refer people to it. There was a guy back home from Detroit, and he drove the B trucks. He didn't even drive semi trucks. There was a liquor run. Like, he has a liquor account where he delivers and drops off liquor and shit like that. And the way they had this shit signed up is you could come on with it as a temp driver. But if they dig too far in your background, they don't like what they see, they're going to cut you. So basically, your temp agency keeps you from getting a long-term employment. That's all I'm saying is because now their whole job is to retain drivers for whatever cost. So you really get penalized if you have any type of bad behavior because you always have to jump a new account. Now, listen, when it comes to temp agencies and learn the industry, you'll see a lot when it comes to the motor carriers and about hauling freight, because they keep you always in some new mix, dealing with different companies, dealing with different people, hauling different freight. You just learn so much dealing with a temp agency, and I can never, you know what I'm saying, regret that training, you know. And I went through that. You know, I got with that company back in 2014. I've been stringing along with them. It's the end of 2019. I learned a lot. But I wised up because they was going to string me along for the long run. I got a chance to meet the vice president of the company. He came out from Texas, came to our local office in Detroit, and like, hey, our agenda is to retain drivers. That's what their goal is. They ain't trying to let you go. And that in mind, if you ain't got no clear exit strategy, you hooked. You're hooked. With that being said, guys, this is Company Man, the owner-operator, baby. You know what I'm saying? The script is still the same. You know, what does it take to be a company driver? What does it take to become a owner-operator? And how to live and make it out here in the trucking industry. That's what this whole channel is all about. You know what I'm saying? Write me. You know what I'm saying? Send me emails. Put stuff in the inbox. I'm just out here to give back information. You know, that's it. That's all I'm doing is giving back information. Keep what you like and throw away what you don't need. Thank you.